All right, welcome back to another episode of Designing the Best You, okay? And as always, check the show notes for any links that you may hear about, any of our resources, joining the community, join the email list. They're all in there, okay? If you don't see anything in there, go ahead and message me or leave a comment or all the things. All right, let's dive in. We've been talking over the weeks about our pillars of vitality. Okay, these are so important to our career growth, our life growth, all the things, okay? Without any one of these, life is pretty hard, okay? Let's just put it that way, let alone our careers, okay? So my work has been dedicated to giving others the tools to manage their work, create more balance, meet challenges with resilience, and to look to the future with hope. Why? As I said it last week, I said it the week before, I'm going to keep saying it because I've been there, and my journey isn't done yet either. And I'm just here to share what has worked well for me and countless other professionals. Okay. So today I want to tackle a big part of why people don't advance in their careers. Okay. What do you think it is? They are unable to regulate their nervous system. You're like, what? Yes. Okay. I am telling you right now, it is huge. And whether this is you're in a business for yourself, whether you're in a career, whether you're a stay-at-home parent, whatever, even if you're retired, okay, you're never too old, but you're unable to advance and you're unable to do some of these things because your nervous system is off. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to work on one more thing. I am saying this because it's true. Okay. So many schools teach amazing things, how to do, what to do, but they don't teach us, right? Even as you would think as you start to get into things, colleges and MBAs and just all these advanced degrees, that they would start teaching things like nervous system regulation, okay? A lot of us didn't grow up with it. We had unresolved trauma in our childhood. We had abuse, we had neglect, we had a lot of different things, okay? And some fault to our caretakers and some not, okay? Let's just be real. But these schools, wherever we are raised, in our homes, didn't teach us how to manage ourselves. Our society is starting to get there now, but what happens for those of us who are in midlife, right? Where do we start? What do we do, right? Think about this. What do you do when you get fired? How do you act? How do you act when you get laid off? When you get demoted? When you are not put on a project that you really want to be on? When you're not the leader of a project? Okay? When you get shifted to a different department? Okay? Maybe when you get passed up for a promotion. Maybe you're trying to negotiate something and you get denied. Okay? Maybe you're given extra projects and you're like, yeah, but you don't get the benefits of it. You're just like, here's the projects. Have fun, right? Maybe you get disciplined for something that you didn't do or you did do. How are you going to act? How are you going to be when you're faced with a challenge or an obstacle, a hidden stressor at work or in life? Like, does your response lead you towards success or failure? Which one? Okay, think about that. And be real with yourself. Be honest. We're all about honesty here. Okay, there's no need to try and say, well, that's not for me. That's nope, not me. Really take an honest evaluation here, okay? How do you act, okay? The answer may depend on your nervous system, okay? Again, and that was typically stemming from how you were raised or not raised, okay? Again, be real, okay? We don't get systematic training on how to deal with what's going on inside of us. Okay? And that doesn't mean that you're not a rock star without it, okay? But you can advance your career so much more, advance your life, your relationships, your financial, like all that type of stuff, if you learn what's going on inside of you, okay? And by not having a system or a plan in place for those situations that I listed and so many more, that's not an exhaustive list of how to act, guess what? It can lead to poor business outcomes. And we actually may be limiting our choices unintentionally. We might even be trapping ourselves into actions that don't help us. And then we're like, we didn't get the results like we wanted. I wonder why. And then we have our own little pity party, sometimes a big tantrum. Anyone been there? Raise your hand, okay? And this isn't, again, to put anyone down. We've all been there. We all struggle in this area in some way or another. But what I am saying is if we want to advance our careers, if we want to get that next job, that next promotion, that next project, we want to get the benefits that result from it, okay? And become unstoppable and a valuable asset in the workplace and ultimately in our lives, right? Our communities and our lives. We've got to understand how to regulate our nervous system, okay? So as we go through this episode, I'm going to just share a few things to hack your nervous system, okay? And this is not exhaustive. This is just very, very basic stuff. If you want more, I've got a whole coaching program around that, and I highly recommend you at least get on a call and talk to me more about it if this is something that's holding you back, okay? So, how can you hack your nervous system and become more mindful and more successful, okay? First, you got to begin by recognizing that when you're faced with a challenge or a threat, your nervous system is going to respond in one of three ways. Okay, the first one, many of you are very aware of. It is the protection or survival mode. We've all heard of it, right? You're ready to defend yourself. You're ready to escape the threat. There's so much energy around this mode. Okay, it's 2:00 in the morning and you can't sleep. It's also a place of anxiety, frustration, impatience, and physical tension. You start to have all these health issues because everything is so tense, okay? And spending too much time in this zone, this mode, can lead to burnout. We don't want that. We need you in the workplace. We need you in our communities. We need you in our homes, okay? The second mode is like opposite, okay? It's freeze mode, okay? And these are not any scientific names for them, okay? But freeze mode is like you have a lack of energy, where you don't want to get out of bed. Okay, it's sadness, it's withdrawal, it's disconnection, it's depression, it's all those things. There's really no physical tension. It's like, blah. I am in blah life right now. We've all been there too, right? Okay. Not many of us like being in that mode, right? We're high achievers, like, boom, we want to get out of that mode as fast as we can. Then you have the third one, okay? And that's what I call the vitality mode, okay? It's the place where you're alive. It's in between those two, okay? It's where you can see other people's point of view and not get angry about it, okay? Or frustrated. You have a sense of humor. You're flexible. You can adapt. You can think long term. You can actually create a plan. When you're in those other two modes, it's really hard to create any kind of plan that's strategic, right? It doesn't mean in this vitality mode that you're necessarily calm either, okay? But you're in control of yourself, right? This zone is desirable most of the time. And here's the thing, with a healthy nervous system, it can and should go into all of those three zones. I had a counselor about a year ago tell me, because I was like, I just want everything to be just calm and okay and not be like so up and down. And she laughed and I was like, this is not funny. And she goes, think about it. If you were like it's like a heartbeat. You got to go up and down. If you just flatline on the top or on the bottom, what happens? You're dead. You're dead to life. Okay, part of life is a lot of you may want but not experience yet is it does go up and down. You have to oscillate back and forth. That means you're alive and you're kicking. All right? We got to do that. And it's maybe hard for some of you guys who are going through traumas. You're going through some real growing pains in your personal life and in your career. Maybe you've been looking for a job for a long time. You're like, I got to be in this mode. And then you're like, I am so down far in the freeze mode. And you're like, how can I be alive? Okay? Think about it too. When outside of the heartbeat too, let's say you are in a burning fire, and you personally aren't in the burning fire, but your building is on fire, your house is on fire, okay? Your survival is going to depend on you being in that survival and that protection mode. Like, get out, get the people out, the animals out, get out, right? Okay, then you're going to go into the freeze mode, and you're going to grieve what was just lost and burned, right? But then you're going to come back at some point into that vitality state. Like, okay, this could be a new beginning. Okay, yeah, that sucked, but okay, time to move on. Maybe, hey, you know what? I did need new drapes. Okay, whatever. All right. But those two, the survival and the freeze modes, were not meant to be long-term. Okay. They're meant to keep us alive, basically. All right. So our goal is to spend more and more time as we can in that vitality mode. Okay. And it's hard if your nervous system, again, has been hijacked over the years. For example, taking myself, my nervous system was hijacked for over 30 years. It hasn't. taken just a couple weeks to get back into that vitality mode and out of that survival and protection and then freeze mode. It's taken months. It's taken a couple of years. It's gonna take time. But if you don't start now, you'll never get to experience more and more vitality. Okay? Just saying. I know it's hard when you're in the moments. I'm speaking to myself sometimes, okay? So in the dynamic realm of career growth, where your ambition, your challenges, they meet, okay? That pursuit of success is typically translated, you all know this, in this fast-paced hustle. We want to hustle, 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 especially those of us like in the millennial, Gen Z, not Gen Z, gosh. Sorry if you're listening and you're Gen Z, but like that, we were the last generation, I can't think of the name, but last generation to really experience childhood without technology, okay? But it's really hard because we are fast-paced hustle, 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 hustle. And as a professional and high achiever, and by the way, I'm not saying that if you're in Gen Z, like you aren't a high achiever. My apologies there, okay? But as professionals and executives and high achievers, we're no strangers to this exhilarating rush of a journey, right? We love the thrill. We love the chaos. I've got a friend, he's like, I'm on all these projects and I hate it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but you thrive on it, literally. Like, you would think life was dull if you didn't have all that stuff going on, okay? And that can be good. But have you ever considered the profound impact that your nervous system, being regulated or not, can have on your path to achievement? As we get older, we're wanting our lives to be more balanced. We're wanting not to be rush, right? That's not how, by the way, God created our lives to be, okay? And at the core, guys, our nervous system, that regulation refers to, and sorry, I should have said this at the beginning, but our nervous system regulation refers to the ability to manage the body's response to stress, okay? It's not about relaxation techniques. It's not about self-care. I think we've actually taken self-care to a whole new level these days post-COVID, okay? It's not about the spa days and the massages and stuff, okay? What it is a comprehensive approach to harmonizing your body and mind for optimal functioning. Your optimal, okay? So I love music, so I'm going to use a little analogy here, especially bands and orchestras, because they've got so many different instruments. Imagine your nervous system as a conductor of an orchestra. And what it's doing is it's orchestrating responses to every note that life plays, every instrument that's involved. And it creates this beautiful symphony for everyone to experience. Cool, right? And if we don't know how to regulate that, if we don't know how to conduct our orchestra, what is everyone else around us going to experience? Fill in the blank, okay? Fill in the blank. Okay, so whether you like it or not, our nervous system does play a very important role in your professional journey. Every pitch, every presentation, every sale, every negotiation, every decision is a testament to the influence a nervous system has, okay? But if we have this hustle pace, that this modern workplace plus our unresolved traumas, and those two together can actually push our nervous system in this overdrive. And you guys have experienced this. I know you have. And it leads to burnout and it hinders your potential for growth. It sucks. And here's the thing, I'm just going to say it. Many of us don't want to take the time to acknowledge it, let alone do something about it. We're like, yeah, we don't have time for that. But here's the thing. Regulating your nervous system doesn't mean sacrificing your career. It actually demands the opposite. Okay, so here are some things. You're all like, what am I supposed to do, Vanessa? Great knowledge. What am I supposed to do? Okay, here are a few things that you can do now to strategically harmonize your nervous system to advance your career. All right, so the first thing is to be mindful. You're like, oh, I am so tired of hearing this. Go back to the stress episode last week. Mindfulness throughout the day. Brief pauses, okay? Short breaths, deep breaths, just deep breaths. Hey, I'm human, I make mistakes in talking too, okay? Short meditation, journaling, taking a walk outside, calm your nervous system. What that does is it helps you maintain focus during high pressure moments, okay? If you have to walk out of a meeting because it's too high pressure, do it. People around you will thank you. I promise, okay? I've had to walk out of meetings before, okay? If it's a Zoom meeting, don't just close your computer. Just turn off the video and walk away for a second, okay? The second one is going to be what I call the brain night detox. And you're like, okay. Okay, so imagine your brain. Maybe you don't have to imagine it actually is, but imagine your brain is this bustling city during the day. It's like information going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And then when night comes, there's a different kind of activity, which is supposed to take charge. Okay, it's not supposed to be constant in, out at that time of day. Okay, we have this thing called deep sleep, and that's the brain's lymphatic system. It's a waste clearing process. It actually works with the liver and the digestive system and all the things, but we're going to focus on the brain. Okay, this is when that process is supposed to kick into high gear. Okay, when you go into that deep sleep, not right away when you fall asleep, but pretty close to when you first fall asleep. Okay, it's like boom, you are knocked out, right? That's when your system needs to rest and digest, okay? And the system, what it does is it flushes out the toxins. We need to flush out toxins, okay? If our cells are accumulating toxins, it's not good, okay? We'll talk about that later, but it's not good. I've experienced it. Many of you are experiencing it and don't even know it, okay? Another one of those hidden stressors, okay? And all these metabolic byproducts and toxins are going to accumulate throughout the day. If our brain is still in that go, 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 go mode, that survival mode, guess what's going to happen? We're not going to clear any of those toxins out. We're not going to be able to think clearly. And guess what? From all the polls that I've done, even there's one I've done recently on LinkedIn. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But like, I asked you guys, what's hindering your success? And you're like, yo, brain fog. That's also called brain inflammation, by the way. We don't want inflammation anywhere in our body, okay? Especially our brain. We only get one brain. We can't do brain surgery and replace our brain, okay? We can do that for our livers. We can do that for our kidneys. We can do that for other things, but we cannot do that to our brains, okay? Take care of it. Give it what it needs, okay? Then you have got the third thing, exercise, movement, all right? Go back to a couple episodes ago. It's not all about physical fitness, guys, okay? Our nervous system needs to learn how to adapt efficiently. Y'all like that word, efficiently, okay? And so go back again a couple episodes, a second episode of this series here, where I talk about movement. Third one, and it talks about movements. So pick one that's good for you, okay? That challenges you just enough, okay? But not wears you out to the point where you're just done, okay? It's an integral part of this whole journey, all right? Then again, go back to the first episode. Our next point is nourishment, okay? We got to be fueling our body with foods that are rich in nutrients that support our nervous system, okay? Things like omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, B vitamins, okay? Those are all known to promote balance and resilience. Who doesn't want more of those? I do, okay? So go back to the first episode for details on all the nutrient-dense foods, examples, all the things, all right? Then the next thing, the fifth one, y'all ain't gonna like this, but I ain't here to be liked. Unplug strategically. And I am guilty of this. I am just gonna admit it right now on air. Our digital age, so many incredible things, right? It offers such connectivity. God knows where we would be without it for COVID, right? But it's essential to disconnect strategically. And I say strategically because we're all corporate professionals here, okay? We're business owners here, and we still need our technology. We still need that, okay? But I want you to set a time, very strategic time slots. I'm big on get it away when my kids are around after school, okay? Like I'm recording this right now before they're getting picked up from school today. It will be put down. This will be put down, okay? Because my focus is to be with them. Another time is when my husband's around, okay? It's not perfect every time, okay? Another time is at bed. Disconnect the freaking Wi-Fi, y'all. It has more issues than you even, Anyways, so here's a big takeaway. The interplay between your career advancement and nervous system regulation, it's not just this lofty thing or luxury, okay? It's a necessity for sustainable success, okay? When your nervous system is in sync, just like I said with that heartbeat, boom, 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 you actually become a dynamic force, okay? We were created for great things here on earth, but you have to, what do I want to say? You really have to understand how your body was created initially, not how we want it to run, but how it was created, okay? And so when we become that dynamic force, when we have a regulated nervous system, do you know what happens? You're equipped to make informed decisions. You're able to navigate uncertainty, and you're able to foster creativity. Again, who doesn't want more of those? I do. But here's the thing. Please remember that the journey is just as important as the destination. There really is no look, you're here, okay? Deathbed. That's pretty much about it. Heaven for me, okay? The journey is important. It's going to be hard. Prioritizing your nervous system regulation is not a detour from your career advancement, from your job search, okay? It's actually a part of the roadmap to achieving your goals while enjoying the ride, okay? So you've got to nurture that harmony within, okay? You're not just, you're not just optimizing your career, you're nurturing a life that is vibrant, that is purposeful and fulfilling, okay? And you're not alone on this journey, okay? Don't think that you ever are. There are so many successful professionals that are recognizing the immense potential of nervous system regulation to advance their careers. Y'all, this is why I took a break from coaching everyone that's been listening to me for so long, because I'm like, something's not right here. And I found out, oh my gosh, my nervous system is a freaking wreck. I've been doing all the diet things. I've been doing all the movement things. I've been doing all the stress reduction that I could and the rest and all that stuff. And it wasn't, putting those things together were good. But the biggest piece that I was missing in my life, in my business, in my journey, and that I've seen in so many of you, has been the nervous system regulation piece, okay? So it's just one of those hidden obstacles, probably the biggest one, okay, that we talk about here. So if you're ready to join the movement, welcome, all right? And we're ready to embark on this transformative endeavor. We want you to be all that God designed you to be. Not Sally, not Billy. My husband makes fun of me for making up names and stuff like that, but we are here to get you to harness the power of your nervous system to accelerate your career and improve your vitality, okay? Because there's only one you. Your career growth story deserves to be written with resilience, clarity, and purpose, okay? That inner state is so vital to your career success and to your peace, okay? So systematically focus on that vitality zone. Don't wait until something bad happens. Start now. You are the architect of your career and your life. Own it, okay? Your career aspirations, your dreams are within reach. Your physical health is the foundation on which they can be realized, which includes your nervous system regulation. So make wellness a priority and watch as it just transforms your path to success. So if you're ready to advance your career by removing those hidden obstacles that are keeping you stuck, click the link in the show notes, get on a call. Or as always, you can reach out on social media. LinkedIn is where I hang out these days. And stay tuned for next week, okay? We are continuing to talk about things that are keeping you from thriving in your career.